Hello, everyone, and welcome to Littlefield live streaming. Tonight we have pop culture trivia, Dick Wolf. Now, please welcome your host, Rob.
Hey, everybody. It is Rob. I'm your host. Tonight we are live. It is Wednesday night, so of course it's Littlefield, it's trivia, and we are coming at you from an undisclosed location tonight, socially safe a distance from wherever you are tonight. Here I am. We've got pop culture trivia. It's our Dick Wolf and True Crime edition. I'm pretty excited about this one. This one's pretty good. We're going to let everyone finish up their clap because we care. It's 7 o'clock, of course, in New York City. 7 o'clock on the Eastern Seaboard. It's whatever time, wherever you are. Some places, it's on the hour. In Newfoundland, Canada, it's on the half hour. They're an hour and a half ahead of New York City. So what you've got time to do is you've got time to grab yourself a drink here. It's one of my favorites that I'm able to get when we're at Park Life, which is where trivia normally takes place from in New York City. However, very happy to share tonight with you. Very happy. We've got 15 questions, 5 mini rounds, 3 questions each. It's all multiple choice, so it's not going to be too hard. We're going to get with the rules in a moment. We're going to get started just a bit, but we're letting everyone settle in. It's pretty rare that a small venue will start on time. Maybe the performers are not ready. Maybe someone shows up late. Who knows? It could be anything. So tonight, that's what we're basically doing. I'm filling the time for everyone to get settled, for everyone to get their trivia brains ready. I know that you've been sitting all day working probably at one chair. And so now you've maybe moved to a different chair and you've got a drink in your hand. Maybe you've had a drink in your hand all day. It's a tough day. It's been a tough, 10 weeks now of sitting at home. I'm sure that everyone is ready to get out. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful Memorial Day weekend. But I will tell you, keep your distance from both me and everyone else. Let's all stay safe. It's about 5 past the hour. We've let everyone trickle in from outside. Come on, take your seats, grab a drink, go to the restaurant, get yourself some food. Let's get started on trivia. All right? So, most important thing about tonight. We are here. Tickets and donations from tonight's trivia are going to be benefiting the staff of Littlefield and charity. Littlefield has launched curbside pickup at Park Life. I should explain. Littlefield and Park Life, they're kind of married together. They're touching on the backside out down in Gowanus. So Littlefield and Park Life are interchangeable for tonight's purposes. You can pick up curbside at Park Life. You can enjoy tacos and margarita pitchers while you're watching a live stream. Hey, that's what you're doing right now. Next week, you can plan it out. You can hit Park Life, pick up your margaritas and your tacos beforehand. And then you can enjoy trivia wherever it is that you are, if you're able. Thank you for supporting the hospitality industry. If you'd like to contribute more, Littlefield and Park Life does have a GoFundMe campaign. Or if you'd like, you can also purchase gift cards for live shows at Littlefield. And you can also purchase gift cards for food and drinks at Park Life. Littlefield is a proud member of the National Independent Venue Association. And once you're able, and especially you're doing it now already, please support your local venues like Littlefield. I mentioned it just before. I just want to take a step back, show some of the margarita, and I believe this is the largest taco or nacho options that they've got over at Park Life. So this, quite honestly, this could be yours, but it's not yet. But it could be. It's queso, is what this is. I'm being told. And also, if you want a tip tonight as we go on. It's Venmo is Littlefield NYC, LITTLEFIELD NYC, or Littlefield NYC. I mean, you're watching a channel, whether you're watching on Zoom, whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on Twitch, or whether you're watching on Facebook. We are live on 4 different services tonight. YouTube and Zoom are the normal ones. This week, brand new Twitch, and brand new also Facebook. So I want to say hello and thank you to everyone who's here. Let's talk about the rules for tonight. Rule number 1, don't cheat. We're here for fun. Yes, we do have prizes to give away. Don't get me wrong, but don't cheat. Cheating is not encouraged. We're all doing what we can. Don't be cheating. Your enjoyment is encouraged, unlike cheating. We want you to say hello in the chat, wherever you are, Facebook, like I said, Facebook, YouTube, Zoom, or Twitch. Say hello. We've got people watching the chat. Come say hi, join us. Let us know you're there. Let me know that you're here. And then we also want you to have some fun. The best score tonight will win a prize. We'll win tickets to a show at Littlefield in the future. And the best team names will also win prizes. And then, of course, our normal rule, thank you to the Littlefield staff. If you want to play along, I'm sure that you do. You're here, right? We're all here. If you want to play along, here's how to do it. One of two ways. You head right now, if you've got the ability, to bit.ly/PCT00. Hold on. This should be 4004, not 3. It's 4, not 3. I have made an error here, and that's fine, as long as we all can acknowledge it and move forward. This is the 4th edition of Pop Culture Trivia, so this should be a 4 instead of a 3. So you could do that, or as I've said, we've got everything tonight is multiple choice. I'm going to cover this again. This should be a 4. We've got multiple choice questions tonight. So if you've got a piece of paper, you can jot down the answers as we go, A, B, C, or D. And at the end, I will absolutely give you enough time to go enter your information in. Got to think of a good team name, though. Everyone's got to have a good team name. Let us get started. It is round 1, the Dick Wolf edition. Round 1, of course, big Dick Wolf energy, right? Dick Wolf, he has been the executive producer of seemingly an endless number of TV shows, a few movies, the writer. He's pretty much done it all. I do want to say hello to Kate from Peekskill, who's joining us tonight. Hello, Kate. Thank you for joining us in the Zoom chat. We're going to get started with round 1. Let's get started. Round 1, question number 1. The first TV show Dick Wolf was the executive producer of was Miami Vice from 1987 to 1988. Miami Vice was rebooted in 2006 with a movie starring what 2 actors as Crockett and Tubbs? Was it A, Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell? Was it B, Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum? Shannon, that's my error there. Was it C, Jason Statham and The Rock? Or was it D, Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes? This is question number 1. Apparently the feed is a little bit slow tonight. We've got a high amount of traffic coming through our feeds here. Apparently we might be a little bit delayed more than usual, or the quality might be a little degraded. We're hoping that it fixes itself. In the meantime, I do want to also say hello to Samantha in New York City, also in the Zoom chat. One more time, question number 1. The first TV show Dick Wolf was the executive producer of was Miami Vice from 1987 to 1988. Miami Vice was rebooted in 2006 with a movie starring what 2 actors as Crockett and Tubbs? A, Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell. B, Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum. It's Channing Tatum. C, Jason Statham and The Rock. Or D, Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. So there is question number 1. We're going to move on to question number 2 in a moment. You've got a moment, A, B, C, or D. Good question coming from Caitlin behind the scenes at Littlefield. What kind of a name is Channing? Who knows? Who knows? Let's move on. Hello to Jen as well in the chat. Question number 2. The iconic dun dun. We wanted to play the Law & Order theme music tonight, but because we're streaming on so many different platforms, we had a real worry about being knocked off immediately the moment that we started playing copyrighted music. So you have to imagine it in your head. Hello to Meredith in the Zoom chat as well. You gotta imagine the dun dun in your head. So the iconic dun dun from the Law and Order theme song was created by Mike Post. A number of Mike Post theme songs charted on the Billboard Hot 100, amazingly, including the themes from LA Law, Hill Street Blues, The Greatest American Hero, and Magnum P.I. Magnum P.I. starred this man, famous for his mustache, and was also nominated for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Comedy Series Emmy Award for his portrayal of Dr. Richard Burke on Friends. Was it A, Burt Reynolds, B, Tom Selleck, C, Nick Offerman, or D, Rolly Fingers? Rolly Fingers is a real name. I know that we're going to get some questions about making up names. All of these are real people. All of these men have mustaches. One of them starred in Magnum P.I. and was also an Emmy Award nominee for a role in Friends. Let's go one more time. Question number 2, the iconic dun dun. Again, we can't play it, but let's imagine it all in our heads for a moment here. We got it? We're all got it? By the way, side note, if you ever want to get entertained, look up Law and Order theme song, Dogs Howling on YouTube. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. If you're watching after the fact, there'll probably be a post-roll thing where you can click on a video and one of them will be one of these things. Anyway, the iconic dun dun from the Law and Order theme song was created by Mike Post. A number of Mike Post theme songs charted on the Billboard Hot 100. All of these theme songs actually charted in the Billboard Hot 100. LA Law, Hill Street Blues, The Greatest American Hero, which is a real show, and Magnum P.I. Magnum P.I. starred this man, famous for his mustache, and nominated for an Outstanding Guest Actor in a Comedy Series Emmy Award for his portrayal of Dr. Richard Burke on Friends. Was that man A, Burt Reynolds, B, Tom Selleck, C, Nick Offerman, or D, Rolly Fingers? I dig our background music tonight. Anyway, that is question number 2. Question number 3. There are over 1,000 episodes in the Law and Order verse, which is a term I don't know if it exists, but I just made up. Which of the following shows has the most episodes? Is it Law and Order? Is it Law and Order Criminal Intent? Is it Law and Order Special Victims Unit? Or is it Law and Order UK? I wanted to make one of these up in Law and Order 2 Law, 2 Order, but decided against it. These were all real TV shows. One of them has more episodes than the other. Question number 3, one more time. There are over 1,000 episodes in the Law and Order verse. Which of the following shows has the most episodes? Is it A, Law and Order, B, Law and Order Criminal Intent? Is it C, Law and Order Special Victims Unit? Or is it D, Law and Order UK? I said earlier, you had time, or a few hours ago, we tweeted out that you had a time to just cram all 1,000 plus episodes of Law and Order, just so you could find out the answer to some of these questions. The question is, who did their research coming in? Who was the Dick Wolf archaeologist tonight? Dick Wolfology. That's the end of round 1. Like I said, we've got 5 rounds, 3 questions each. Each round, a mini round. It's like a cute cupcake. Each round is a mini round. We're going to move on to round 2. But before we do, tonight, Pop Culture Trivia is co-presented by The Skint. Free and cheap New York every day. While we are staying at home, The Skint is showing you things you could be doing at home. This is the post from this week showing Monday through Wednesday. Then there'll be another one that you can get showing the end of the week. You can subscribe to The Skint for your emails at theskint.com, or you can just head over to theskint.com and read it yourself. Round number 2, cameos. Law and Order, of course, with over 1,000 episodes in all of the shows, got quite a number of cameos. So let's ask a few questions about him. Question number 4. Richard Belzer plays Detective John Munch in multiple shows in the Law and Order verse since his first appearance in 1993's Homicide: Life on the Street, which was also a Dick Wolf show. He's also appeared in many other TV shows as Detective Munch. Which show did Richard Belzer not make a cameo as Detective Munch? Was it A, 30 Rock? Was it B, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt? Was it C, The Wire? Or was it D, Caroline in the City? Which show did Richard Belzer not appear in as Detective Munch? Do you know the answer? Have you seen his cameos? There were a few Law & Order video games. I forget what the title was. Law & Order 2 was one. Law & Order 2, like The Streets or something like that. It was a very odd game. Anyway, question number 4, one more time. Richard Belzer played Detective John Munch in multiple shows inside of the Law & Order universe since his first appearance in 1993's Homicide: Life on the Street. But he's also appeared in many other shows as Detective Munch. Which show did Richard Belzer not make a cameo in as Detective Munch? 3 of these shows he did appear in as his character. 1 he did not. Was it A, 30 Rock? Was it B, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt? Was it C, The Wire? Or was it D, Caroline in the City? Hello to Jared in the chat. Coming from New York City. That was question number 4. We're going to move on to question number 5. Question number 5. Law & Order has had hundreds of surprising cameos from celebrities, including in the episode Criminal Stories in Law & Order SVU's 16th season. No, I'm not talking about the Alec Baldwin cameo. I'm talking about this Philly native late-night TV show band host. Who was it? Was it A, John Batiste? Was it B, Reggie Watts? Was it C, Questlove? Or was it D, Cleto? Cleto? I don't know if I've ever heard that name out loud. What late night band host from Philly is in that specific episode of Law & Order? Question number 5, one more time. Law & Order has had hundreds of surprising cameos from celebrities, including the episode Criminal Stories in Law & Order SVU's 16th season. Of course, I'm not talking about the Alec Baldwin cameo. I'm talking about this Philly native who is also a late-night TV band host. Was it A, John Batiste? Was it B, Reggie Watts? Was it C, Questlove? Or was it D, Cleto? Or Cleto? Or Cleto? Could be any of them. Each week I discover one name usually that I have never said out loud or heard out loud, and this would be one of them. They are all late-night band hosts. Which one was on Law & Order SVU? That's the question. Question number 5, over. Question number 5 was. Question number 6 is. Dick Wolf has had 2 acting credits to his name and has only appeared as himself once. It was the episode Ratings Guy in this cartoon set in Quahog, Rhode Island. What cartoon did Dick Wolf voice Dick Wolf? Was it A, The Cleveland Show? Was it B, Family Guy? Was it C, American Dad? Or was it D, Futurama? We have these moments. They're becoming my favorite moments in trivia where, because it's a broadcast. It's just me in this room in an undisclosed location for an hour talking to, from the outside point of view, what appears to be myself. I'm talking to you. You and me right here. For this hour, it's just me talking into my laptop camera, and it's this awkward moment. We have these quiet moments where I sit on the desk, thinking, while you think at home, or maybe I just look at the camera and sit here. Either way, thank you for inviting me into your home tonight, or wherever you are. Anyway, question number 6, one more time. Dick Wolf has had 2 acting credits to his name, has only appeared once as himself. He appeared as himself on the episode Ratings Guy in this cartoon set in Quahog, Rhode Island. What cartoon did Dick Wolf voice Dick Wolf? Was it A, The Cleveland Show, B, Family Guy, C, American Dad, or D, Futurama? I'm just jamming to the music. But yes, which one did he voice himself in? That's the question. Question number 6 is over. Round 2 is the past. Tonight, Pop Culture Trivia is also brought to you by The Briefly. The Briefly is a daily newsletter from New York City, focused hyper-local on New York City news. This is today's edition, the What to Do If You Find a Baby Bird edition, which does answer the question of, if you find a baby bird on the street, what are you supposed to do with it? Unlike what you may be thinking, you can touch a baby bird. Its mother doesn't smell you on it and reject it. There is a number of things you should be doing if you come across a baby bird on the street or the sidewalk or in the grass, wherever. And that will answer your questions for you. You can head on over to thebriefly.com to subscribe or find out. Also, if you're playing at home, there's a little checkbox at the end that you can subscribe to The Skint, The Briefly, and also Littlefield's newsletters, only if you want to. That is round number 2 over. That is co-presented by number 2 over. We are headed to round 3, the 3 Wolf Moon round. One of my favorite t-shirts right there. Anyway, question number 7. The fashionable 3 Wolf Moon shirt was created by the Mountain Corporation and designed by Antonia Neshev. The Mountain Corporation is based out of the town of Keene in this state, also known as the Granite State. What state is known as the Granite State? Is it A, New Hampshire, B, Utah, C, Montana, or D, Florida? What is the Granite State? One of these 4. Keene is the town in this state where that shirt was designed. You never really think something like that iconic was designed by someone, but it was. Question number 7, one more time. The fashionable 3 Wolf Moon shirt was created by the Mountain Corporation and designed by Antonia Neshev. The Mountain Corporation is based in the town of Keene in this state, which is also known as the Granite State. What state is known as the Granite State? Is it A, New Hampshire, B, Utah, C, Montana, or D, Florida? I was going to have an additional clue here that told you what was on the state's quarter, but I don't know if anyone has used quarters since we've all been staying at home. I don't know if I've unfolded my wallet to get anything other than a credit card since the last 2-3 months, maybe. I know that paper money still exists. About it. Normally, I'd just be giving all of it to the bar staff, so who knows. That is question number 7. Question number 8. Question number 8, werewolves. Oh, I have the wrong question for me. So question number 8, what is a wolf moon? My teleprompter is off here, but what is a wolf moon? Is a wolf moon the last full moon of the year? Is it the first full moon of the year? Is it the full moon closest to the summer solstice? Or is the full moon closest to the winter solstice? This is a question that I thought everyone would be upset about. This is probably the hardest one, unless you're very up on your lunar events. Question number 8, one more time. What is a wolf moon? Is it A, the last full moon of the year? Is it B, the first full moon of the year? Is it C, the full moon closest to the summer solstice? Or is it D, the full moon closest to the winter solstice? Which is the wolf moon? I'm going to bet all the witches in the audience know the answer to this one. Just a guess. If you joined us late, by the way, if you have joined us late, you can absolutely still play along. If you've joined us late and you've missed a few questions, that's cool, no problem. Drop a note in the chat and I will go back at the end and I will answer those. I won't answer them. I will ask those questions once more, the first few. If you are watching remotely or if you're watching after the fact in one of the places that the stream is saved, I can't do that. So you're on your own. Also, I can't see how you would be late to a stream that you would have on demand. Anyway, that was question number 8. This is question number 9. Werewolves, this is the right teleprompter, thank you. The werewolves are very resistant to injuries, with one exception. What kind of weapon can injure or even kill a werewolf? Is that weapon a wood weapon? Is it a fire weapon? Is it a silver weapon? Or it is a sunlight weapon? Just want to say one more time that we're seeing some high internet traffic. And as a result, the video might be a little blurred or choppy. We are sorry about that, and we're going to be doing what we can behind the scenes to fix that. Question number 9. What kind of weapon can injure or kill a werewolf? That is the question. Is it A, wood weapon, B, a fire weapon, C, a silver weapon, or D, a sunlight weapon? I believe a sunlight weapon is simply known as sunlight. Which kind of weapon can injure or even kill a werewolf? Take another sip. So I'll take another sip. We've all earned that sip. No matter what you're taking a sip of, if it's water, if it's absinthe, those are the two ends in my mind, like moonshine or water. If you're having yourself, maybe you saw the recipe for Dole Whip online and you just had to go blend yourself together a Dole Whip. I've been guilty of that in the last few months. No matter what it is, you have earned it. It's been a really tough set of weeks and even months for all of us. No one is untouched by this. So take a sip, you have earned it. Hello to Jennifer in the chat, in the Zoom chat I can see. All right, question number 9, we have moved on. I want to bring up on Friday, May 22nd, 7 p.m., The Big Weird, hosted by Ryan Beck, Casey James, Salingo, and Will Winner. You can find that at littlefieldnyc.com. That's at 7 p.m. this Friday. A week from tonight minus a day, which is also just known as Tuesday. You can see Whiplash on Littlefield NYC as well. Want to highlight some of the upcoming events. You can head over to Littlefield NYC at any point, get tickets to upcoming streams. There's great stuff. There's going to be more as the days go on. There's more and more going to be happening on Littlefield NYC. A lot more streaming for you to sit home, enjoy, and for someone else to take over your entertainment for you. No need to choose. Just head over to Littlefield NYC at 7 o'clock, whenever you're done clapping out your windows. Let us move on to round number 4. Round number 4's theme, murder. What is a true crime show without the crime? And what is the greatest crime to have a true crime show about? Of course, it's murder. I also like a good show about a heist, but of course, murder is the thing that seems to get everyone's attention. Question number 10. Serial arguably spearheaded the true crime podcast craze. I don't want to have an argument about it. This is just a question and a trivia night. I know there are other true crime podcasts and shows before Serial, but let's be honest, Serial was the spearhead here. It was this podcast who dubbed it, but however, it wasn't Serial. But it was this podcast who dubbed its fans Murderinos and coined the phrase, "Stay sexy and don't get murdered"? What podcast dubbed its fans Murderinos and coined the phrase, "Stay sexy and don't get murdered"? Is it A, This American Life? Is it B, Over My Dead Body? Is it C, Dr. Death? Or is it D, My Favorite Murder? Question number 10. Serial arguably spearheaded the true crime podcast craze. Say that 10 times fast. The true crime podcast craze. But it was this podcast who dubbed its fans Murderinos and coined the phrase, "Stay sexy and don't get murdered." Is this podcast A, This American Life, B, Over My Dead Body, C, Dr. Death, or D, My Favorite Murder? There's some love for the shirt right here in the chat. I appreciate that. Go out of my way. I didn't do my hair to sit on video chat all day with work. Did my hair for here. Slicked it over, cut it down. Those of you paying close attention, my wife got very tired of my giant quarantine beard, so now I've got a trimmed up beard. Everyone's looking nice tonight, no matter what you did. Let's say you woke up 15 minutes ago. Number one, you're a little late for the stream, but I'll allow it. No matter if you woke up 15 minutes ago, or 12 hours ago, or 15 hours ago, whatever it is, you know what? You're looking great tonight. No matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter what you did to prepare. Even if you're one of my dogs barking to get into the room. Question number 11. In 2017, what TV network switched its focus from, quote, high emotional stakes and optimism that this demographic is looking for, unquote, to shows like Martinis and Murder, Snapped, Buried in the Backyard, and Dick Wolf's Cold Justice? Was it A, the Paramount Network, B, Lifetime, C, Oxygen, or D, Bravo? Which TV network are we talking about? Question number 11, one more time. In 2017, what TV network switched its focus from, quote, high emotional stakes and optimism that this demographic is looking for, to shows like Martinis and Murder, Snapped, Buried in the Backyard, and Dick Wolf's Cold Justice? Those are all real show names. Was it A, the Paramount Network, B, Lifetime, C, Oxygen, or D, Bravo? Do you know the answer? If you don't, I would just suggest you choose one of the answers. Very likely, you have a 25% chance of getting it right. All right, moving on to question number 12, which is incorrectly labeled as question number 6. Question number 12. Who was the focus of HBO's The Jinx? HBO's The Jinx focused on an accused murderer who was accused for first-degree murder and arrested the day before the series finale. Who was that focus? Was it A, Stephen Avery, B, Robert Durst, C, Dexter Morgan, or D, Lizzie Borden? Do you know the answer? Question number 12, not question number 6. I should get some, I don't have it at the desk here. I should get some Post-it notes just to cover up my errors of copy and paste here. HBO's The Jinx focused on an accused murderer who was arrested for first-degree murder the day before the series finale. Who was the focus of The Jinx? Was it A, Stephen Avery, B, Robert Durst, C, Dexter Morgan, or D, Lizzie Borden? Question number 12, 6 times 2, let's say. Question 12, it is the end of round 4, technically. We're turning the corner. We spent some time together tonight. I hope this is a pretty good punctuation mark between the earlier part of the day and the later part of the day for you. You know, it may be the time that you're Maybe someone in the background is making dinner and you're both trying to discuss what the answers are. That'd be cool. It'd be cool if you're just by yourself playing along. Maybe you ordered some food. Maybe you went to Park Life beforehand and you ordered tacos and margaritas and you're enjoying that at home right now. Maybe you got some queso. That's, I think, the best case scenario, right? Queso, that's always the best case scenario. Let's move on to round number 5, question number 13. But before we do, I do want to also highlight Zooming Through the Universe on Spaceship Earth. You can find that at littlefieldnyc.com on May 30th at 7 p.m. And June 4th, a Thursday, Punderdome returns to Littlefield, but, in a remote form. The return of Punderdome. That is the day after trivia, which you can find out what kind of trivia that will be on June 3rd, Wednesday, on littlefieldnyc.com, probably later tonight or tomorrow morning. Next week's theme, you'll find out at the end of tonight. I know you're all champing at the bit to find out. Round 5. If round 4's theme was murder, what could round 5's theme be? More murder. Sometimes I wish there were other people in the room. All right, let's move on to round number 5. Round number 5, question number 13. A group of owls is called a parliament. A group of finches is called a charm. A group of parrots is called a pandemonium. What bird does the collective noun of murder refer to? Is it A, crows, B, eagles, C, quails, or D, turtle doves? A murder of one of these. Could be any one of these. Most of my mental energy when I do this is dedicated towards not giving away the answer that I know while I'm trying to read you the 4 possible answers. So, one more time, question number 13. A group of owls is called a parliament. A group of finches is called a charm of finches. A group of parrots is called a pandemonium. What bird does the collective noun of murder refer to? Is it crows? Is it eagles? Is it quails? Is it turtle doves? You can only read everything the same way. That's the rule. So it could be any of them. A murder of crows, a murder of eagles, a murder of quails, a murder of turtle doves. I think a murder should be the collective noun for anything at this point. Oh yeah, I just read a murder of books last weekend. I played a murder of video games. I saw a murder of TV shows. That's just kind of fun to say, I'll admit. That's question 13. Let's move on to question number 14, which is numbered question number 13 here. I did a poor job of numbering these slides. Anyway, listeners of the podcast Serial turned a phone booth that may or may not exist in the parking lot of a store in Maryland into an unintended landmark. What was the store whose employees always wear khaki pants that became a central conversation point? Was it A, Party City? Was it B, Best Buy? Was it C, Costco? Or was it D, Buy More? Question number 14. Listeners of the podcast Serial turned a phone booth that may or may not have existed in the parking lot of a store in Maryland into an unintended landmark. Was the store whose employees always wear khaki pants that became a central conversation point A, Party City, B, Best Buy, C, Costco, or D, Buy More? Which one was at the center of conversation when during the initial run of the Serial podcast? Moving on to question number 15, appropriately numbered here. It would be criminal not to mention Ice-T in a question today. Ice-T, of course, plays Finn Tutula in hundreds of episodes of Law & Order SVU and inside the Law & Order universe. He also hosts his own spin-off of the true crime TV show In Cold Blood. His version is titled In Ice Cold Blood. Very clever. Aside from his career in acting, he's also a musician, having released the song Cop Killer in 1992 as part of what group? Was it A, Run DMC, B, NWA, C, Body Count, or D, Public Enemy? Ice-T, I've asked, every now and then I tweet at Ice-T. He's never answered once, but I do want to know, in the Law and Order universe, if Ice-T doesn't exist because he's Finn Tatula in that show, who sang the song Cop Killer if it wasn't him? Is there another Ice-T in that universe? Like a real Ice-T and then a guy that just looks like Ice-T? That's the kind of stuff I'm interested in. The movie, what was that movie? Last Action Hero addressed this. Arnold Schwarzenegger was in the movie, but they also showed an advertisement for Terminator 2 in the film, and Sylvester Stallone plays the Terminator in Terminator 2. It's fantastic. Okay. Kate White in the chat is trying to get me to pronounce this right. I believe she's trying to say it's Tutuola or Tutuola, let's say. Yep. Tutuola. So let's read this question right. Question number 15. It would be criminal not to mention Ice-T in a question today. Again, this is why the chat is extremely helpful. This is why you should come and play with us live and participate. It would be criminal not to mention Ice-T in a question tonight. Ice-T, of course, plays Finn Tutuola in hundreds of episodes of Law & Order SVU and inside the Law & Order universe. He also hosts his own spin-off of the True. Have another drink. And let's all take a moment, take a breath. A wordy question. He also hosts his own spin-off of the true crime TV show In Cold Blood. His TV show is called In Ice Cold Blood. Aside from his career in acting and hosting, he's also a musician, having released the song Cop Killer in 1992 as part of what group? Is it A, Run DMC, B, NWA, C, Body Count, or D, Public Enemy? This would be the moment where, if you've been writing down your answers, your A's, your B's, your C's, and your D's, if you've been writing it down, this would be the moment for you to head over to bit.ly/PCT004. This would be that moment to take a look to see what your answers are, to write them down or to immortalize them. This is your time. This is also a time of brief intermission. See, what we're going to do is we're going to give you enough time to answer the questions. Plus, some of our streaming is a little bit delayed from the rest, so we're going to give everyone else a chance to catch up. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to do the weekly awkward thing where I need to access something on the computer, which is what I'm speaking to right now. So we're going to get real. You and I we're going to get real close. I'm going to come right up to you. We're going to talk for a moment while I go into a document that I have open. And the computer is going to jiggle a little bit because I'm typing, and that's fine. We're all here and we're all together tonight. We're all having a good time. And so what I am doing is I'm checking your answers, and I'm giving you enough time. Oh my goodness, I'm seeing some of your team names. They are spectacular. So I'm just looking at the answers that are coming in. We're just waiting for the answers to finish. So basically, I'm watching the answers come in, and I'm having a drink. You can, if you've put in your answers, I'll give you a moment. You can hit the restroom if you want. This would be normally a time where I say that, if we're at Park Life, you've got a moment. You can go to the bar and grab yourself a drink. You can, and Park Life, this night would be a beautiful night. There's there might be some people playing. There might be some people playing curling, which Park Life has. There might be some people by by the fire, which would also be there. I would be standing under the trellis by the beer bar. If I'm standing here, the beer bar is right here. Tell you to go order a drink from Corey, who might be working at the beer bar. You can head inside. There's cocktails and wine inside. You can also go inside and grab yourself a taco, some queso, some snacks, some really great stuff. I want to say hello to the person whose cat is named Tutuola. And I think we're good. I think we've got all of our questions in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start closing off the answers. We're going to give everyone a moment. If you have, at this point, I'm going to close it off. Of course, when I say I'm going to close it off, what I need to do now is I need to wait 20 to 30 seconds so everyone on all of the streams can come in. If you're watching on a stream at home, I should say, if you needed a question, this would be the exact moment to tell me that you need one of the questions again. I actually forgot to ask. So we're sitting here. It's you and me. It's whoever's with you or may not be with you. If you're texting with someone about the answers, I would say texting with someone is fine. Not looking up the answers would be cheating, but just texting, that's fine. So I think the helpful people in the chat have not asked for anything more from me in terms of questions. I think that means that we are able to. We are absolutely able to move on. That is wrong. Well, I try to get all of your scores properly put in. Well, all right, that's fine. We've got, it looks like I can tell you for sure, we've got ourselves a definitive winner tonight, but the only way to find out who won is, of course, to stick around to the end because we have to go over the answers to tonight's questions. All right. Question number 1 was, who starred in the 2006 reboot of Miami Vice? The answer to that question was Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell. That was really before they started rebooting these shows from the 80s in a way that was funny. And instead, they tried to make them serious. And as a result, the Miami Vice film franchise is dead. Supposedly, they're going to be rebooting the show on television. So we'll see what that comes together with. Question number 2, who was the mustachioed man who starred in Magnum P.I? That was, of course, Tom Selleck, not Burt Reynolds. Question number 3, what Law and Order has the most episodes? This is one of my favorite ones. The answer is Law & Order. Law & Order had 456 episodes. Law & Order SVU comes close, has 434 episodes. Law & Order SVU is still on the air, I believe. It's at least on the air through 2022, if I recall. Law & Order is, of course, over. So Law & Order SVU has the opportunity to become the most prolific Law & Order. Of course, the Richard Belzer question. Which show did Richard Belzer not make a cameo as Detective Munch? He made 2 cameos on 30 Rock as Detective Munch. He made a cameo on Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt as Detective Munch. Believe it or not, if you pay attention, Richard Belzer is Detective Munch on The Wire as well, which means, of course, the answer is Caroline in the City, a short-lived NBC TV show about a comic artist, if I recall. Not terribly long-lasting. Question number 5, which late-night band leader played dead on Law & Order SVU? It was not Cleto, because I couldn't pronounce their name. It was instead Questlove. Here you go, Questlove on the slab, bullets in his head. Said that he always wanted to play dead on a TV show and finally got the opportunity to do that. Question number 6. What cartoon did Dick Wolf voice Dick Wolf? Gave it away a little bit. Ratings guy. That was Family Guy. Question number 7. What state is known as the Granite State? There are a few people that play trivia regularly that absolutely hate. I think where I just got a little notification. We might be a little choppy right now, but in terms of the video, there's a few people that would play trivia pretty regularly that hate geography-based questions. So this one was for you, and that was New Hampshire is the Granite State. Question number 8. What is a wolf moon? A wolf moon is the first full moon of the year. Question number 9. What kind of weapon can injure or kill a werewolf? That is a silver weapon. It turns out in the 1930s, the lore was added that it was a silver bullet, but before that, it was just a silver weapon of some variety. It was the only way to hurt or injure or kill a werewolf. Question number 10, what podcast's fans are known as Murderinos? That podcast is My Favorite Murder. Question number 11, what formerly optimistic network for women now focuses solely on true crime? And the answer to that is the Oxygen Network. Question number 12, not question number 6. Who was the focus of HBO's The Jinx? Dexter Morgan was a fictional character, so Dexter Morgan is out. Stephen Avery was making a murderer, and so the real answer is Robert Durst, not Fred Durst. Fred Durst had to clarify that he was not related to Robert Durst when the show was on the air. Question number 13, a murder of what? A murder of crows. For those of you who are powerlifters in Brooklyn and Gowanus, or not Gowanus, it's in Crown Heights, there's a Murder of Crows barbell club sitting there. Question number 13, what store's parking lot became a landmark for Serial listeners? Serial, the podcast. The answer to that, I initially had polo shirts and khaki pants. I was told that was too much of a giveaway. The blue polo shirt, khaki pant combination belongs to Best Buy. Question number 15, Ice-T was part of what group that released the song Cop Killer? That group was Body Count. So let us go over our winners and our teams, shall we? All right. With a total of 1 point, I got the most correct answers. I'm sorry that you did not. With 6 points, Jen Ritchie is my hero. 6 points. With 10 points, oh, Kristen's going to make me say this. Cool. Okay. With 10 points, Clit Wolf. 10 points for Clit Wolf. With 11 points, we have both the Doo-Doo Heads and also Lenny Briscoe's Lovely Ladies. Pretty solid. With 12 points, all right. They didn't give their email address, so they can't possibly win Best Team Name. But with 12 points, Quarantine Bush. And let's give the Best Team Name tonight to There's Been a Murder in Savannah, with 12 points. And then also with 12 points, Take It with a Grain of Salt, which means tonight's winner with 13 points. I would like to congratulate, oh, you know what? I missed a few teams. Pussycat, aka Stop Harassing Ice-T on Twitter. I will never stop harassing Ice-T on Twitter. 10 points. Also with 10 points, Sexy for Stabler. I have a feeling I'm not pronouncing that right, but Sexy for Stabler also with 10 points. And then our winner tonight, Bob Loblaw's Law Blog with 13 points. Congratulations to Bob Loblaw's Law Blog. And also congratulations to There's Been a Murder in Savannah. Our 2 winners tonight. Go over back to the presentation here. I want to thank everyone for playing. Everyone who's popped into the stream, everyone who participated, everyone who didn't, everyone who came along for the ride. I just want to thank you. This is just about the end of our stream right here. All that's left is for me to tell you what next week's theme is. And again, littlefieldnyc.com. Future shows, gift cards for food and drink in the future, park life tickets for live shows at Littlefield. We are back here next week with a new theme for pop culture trivia. Next week, Wet Hot American Trivia. Next week, 7 p.m., Wednesday, May 27th. Memorial Day weekend is over. It's officially, well, I don't even remember when summer is supposed to start, but in my mind, it starts after Memorial Day. It is Wet Hot American Trivia next week. I want to thank you for coming again. Thank you for participating, for playing along, for joining us for an hour. My name is Rob Blatt for Littlefield, tonight's co-presented by The Skint and The Briefly. Thank you so much for coming by, and we will see you next time at Littlefield NYC, streaming on Wednesday night for Pop Culture Trivia. Thank you so much, everyone.